Hello everybody, it is JD here and welcome to today's 2K24 Myteam video. And 2K, yesterday they were meant to give us a price reduction in the, I was about to say the auction house. No, that doesn't exist anymore. In the player market, which they did eventually, and it wasn't very pretty. But today they have given us, maybe as their way of saying like, oh, we done messed up, here's a little something to keep you quiet. The biggest price reduction we have seen so far this year. Now, does that mean that it's great? Well, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to look at the player, who is that Jason Williams right there. The cost of the the set that he's in, because he was part of one of the day one 2K day sets. He's part of the Chris Webber one. So I'll look at the overall price of that set now and whether or not that's worth it. And then talk a little bit in general still about the player market prices. So if you copped this Jason Williams on his discount day, let me know down below. If you didn't, let me know why you didn't. Although there's plenty of reasons why you wouldn't have done. But let's go ahead and let's jump into it. For 2K24, you can go ahead and buy yourself an account that is pre-loaded with VC, which is brilliant. So make sure you check out safenbamt.com. Use JD at checkout for 5% off. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for the daily videos and check out twitch.tv/JD_crossover for the EAFC streams, which are so much fun right about now. So the player market yesterday did see its first price reduction. It's been 3 weeks since this game was released, so the Series 1 sets, they're never going to change. They're always going to be the same price, but the sets that came out 3 weeks ago were Lillard, he was on day one, and then Clay, Chris Webber, and Jason Tatum. So these sets all yesterday saw a price reduction of pretty measly 5%. When I say pretty measly, I mean pathetic. A pathetic 5% price reduction after 3 weeks, which is obviously awful, as the total price is still just under 200,000 VC. But today, 2K have dropped the biggest price reduction we have seen in a single card so far. It might be the first time an Amethyst has been in the deal of the day as well. I think that's true. So 133,000 MT is his discounted price. He was 140k down to 133, now discounted again. So it's 40% off from 133 down to 79,800. It's a 40% discount. You're saving 54,000 MT or 53,000 MT basically. But it's still 80,000 MT for an Amethyst Jason Williams. Now, the card on his own, where is he? He is right about here. The card on his own, so he's 6'1". Obviously, this game is not a massive mashing meta, which is good. But of course, being small ain't going to help your case if you've got no defense. And he's got no defense. Driving does not exist. 3-ball is good at 84. He is very, very good at passing. His defenses are very, very, very bad. And he is relatively fast. Laterally, not so much, but he has got good speed, speed of ball, and acceleration. And obviously, he's very, very weak. Again, awful defense, 6'1", very poor driving, and 84 3-ball. With a few badges, off handles for days is cool. Obviously, no defensive badges on him. You know what you're getting with a Jason Williams card. So, as a standalone, when you can make about 10,000 MT per hour, is it worth 8 hours of your time playing this game? That's an hour a day for an entire week to get this card? Absolutely not. Absolutely, categorically not. 8,000 MT is still a stupid price, and on a free market, the card that came out 3 weeks ago, like this, would be not even close, not even halfway, not even probably a quarter of this price. So yeah, still nowhere near worth it. What does it do for the Chris Webber? So you got the Clay and you've got the Jason Tatum at 184,000 VC in total. The Chris Webber is now down at 155,000, so it's knocked off 35,000 VC from his price. 155,000 doesn't really change anything because you've still got to buy this one, which is the $55-$60 pack. So that hasn't really changed anything. And then in terms of the MT cost in total of the Chris Webber, let me do some quick maths on this. I think it's still going to be, oh yes, it's still going to be incredibly expensive. So we add on Caron Butler, we add on, I don't think I had anybody from this set that's expensive, 6,600, 6,600. I don't have anybody from this set. So what's that, 9,000? That's probably about 16,000 there. So you are still looking. If you're wanting to spend MT rather than putting in another $60 into this game. If you want to spend MT, it is going to cost you 290,000 MT, even with this price reduction. 290,000 for the, where is he going to be, 2K day? Al Horford there, Jason Williams there. Wait, where's Chris Webber when? Hello, Chris Webber? There he is. Chris Webber right here. So he is coming in with good driving, to be fair, a 73 ball. Defense isn't too shabby, and the speed isn't too shabby either. He's got Hoff, Fearless, Post Spin, and Rebound Chaser, which is all nice. But again, 300,000 MT, 30 hours worth of playing in this game. And the actual cards you get in the set, obviously you've got to get the Jason Williams, who have just gone through. It's not very good. And then you get yourself a Paul Pierce. You know, he's just kind of missed average out here. Everything's very, very average, but he's not awful, to be fair. Patrick Ewing, I'd probably put in the awful category. Just so slow, can't jump, can play some defense, but can't do literally anything on offense. So I can't say he'd be a game changer for you. You've then got 3 Ruby Sapphire cards. You've got Roy Hibbert, who is just horrendous. He's Ewing, but even worse somehow. You got Devin Harris, not going to give you much on the offensive end, not giving you a lot on defense either, but he is very fast, so that's good, I suppose. And then Caron Butler coming through, 82 3 ball, a little tiny bit of defense and not really any speed at all there. You can see his salary cap being shown there, which is kind of interesting. Didn't know that was a feature. So you're locking in basically all cards that you're not going to want to use. I think this Michael Cooper might be the best of the bunch, actually. 75 driving dunk, 74 3 ball, 87 perimeter defense, and 87 lateral quickness. He might be the best of the bunch, which is was quite sad, really. So would you spend 300,000 MT to get the Chris Webber, who is very good, but have a load of cards that you're not going to use again? And again, for 30 hours of your time, it's just not worth it. So even with a 5% discount, and then a 40% discount on top of the 5% discount, it's still nowhere near worth it. And it's such a big problem for this year. The quick sell values have also depreciated by 5% for this set. So if you owned any of this set and you were wanting to sell them, you're now going to get 5% less when you quick sell those cards back. But yeah, it's a big problem. Cards that were unattainable are still going to be unattainable unless you spend full-time hours on this game. And that is what you have to do. It is full-time hours to get any one of these sets. Any one of these sets is like 30 hours worth of gaming. And that's insane. And obviously there's so many. And you can't even get one without putting in a dumb amount of time. Or, of course, a silly amount of money. So we need to see a massive increase in the price drop, not just of course in the deal of the days, although deal of the day should be better. Deal of the day should be like 50% off. It's the deal of the day. You want people to take it. You want people to say like, oh yeah, no, that's good, let me go splash some VC on that. And of course if you spend MT, you're just locking away MT forever. It's just gone. So you want people to do that. So the deal of the day should be at least 50% off. And then the price drops after every 3 weeks. Honestly, it should be about like 40-50% as well. Again, if this Bogut went from 140 to 70,000 MT, it's still not worth it. 50% for this card still ain't even enough. Larry Johnson going from 70,000 to 35,000, that's still a lot of money. The Sapphires, they can come down a bit more as well. And again, like the Jason Williams himself, if he went down to, again, 50% from 140k would have been the 70,000. Again, that still would have been way too much. This Patrick Ewing at 35k is a disgrace. So 50% for him would have been enough. So let me know down below, what do you think would be a fair price drop 3 weeks after a card has been released? You've got to think, in 3 weeks, the pacing, it does pace up pretty quickly. We've got 12 sets since day one. So there's 12 batches of new players that have been added to the game that are, pretty much all better than the previous ones. Obviously, there's some exceptions, but most of the time the new cards are going to be better than their predecessors. obviously no one here touches Shaq, but the Steph is insane. Over here, the Draymond with the Steph is insane. Here, the AD, people love, he's insane. So a card that 3 weeks ago is just not that desirable. And it's old, and obviously it's video games. People want to play with a new, flashy, shiny thing. You don't want to play with the old thing. So 3 weeks, 5% is a joke. I would say, at least, I think 40%, and then the deal of the day should be at least 50%. But the deal of the day today was at least the biggest we've seen so far, and the first Amethyst. It's an awful Amethyst, and it's still massively overpriced, but at least we saw something. So let me know down below, what do you think would be a fair price reduction, and did you scoop this Amethyst Jason Williams on this hot deal of the day? That's going to do it for me today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time, and peace.